street or just randomly, like in Hollywood, know who I am. I'm just kind of another random person, which I like. You don't really want to be recognized everywhere. You have to do your hair every day, which I'm not a fan of. I brought out the A hair today. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. I figure you're in Texas, you gotta do your hair well. So, see me tomorrow. It's not gonna look this good. So I mean, I think that, after Dr. Horrible, and sometimes I have to say the one thing where it really clicked, where it's when I go and get a coffee, when I used to get coffee, and they would be like, oh, you're that girl from the Guild. Like, that was, the first time that happened, when a barista recognized me, that was like, oh, I made it. I don't know why, for some reason, because that's like a huge part of my life, and if a barista can recognize me, I'm doing something good in this world. And now I can't drink coffee. It's sad, right? Everybody have a coffee for me tomorrow. Just think about me when you're drinking.
I've loved you and pretty much a lot of your shows, but my favorite is Charlie and Supernatural.
Thank you.
I was wondering what would be a notable memory you have of being on set.
Oh wow! I get to hit J-Rod with a sword. I think that was super fun because they were like, hit him harder. He was like, harder. I was like, yeah. It was super fun. That was our first day working together because I was a little intimidated because they're huge men. They were very large. They have amazing presence, but they're also 7 feet tall. So I felt really tiny next to them, but they're so nice that it was super fun working with them. And yeah, being able to hit somebody with a sword is always, I don't care what show I'm on, it's always a highlight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I have 2 questions. My first question is, can you tell everyone about OneNote since you're captain and how that goes? And about OneNote,
Supernote, yeah, Supernote.
Supernote. And does a horror movie screen count as a note, or does it have to just be a note?
Oh, that's a good question. There's this big community event on YouTube that I'm one of the team captains for on Geek and Sundry, and it's sponsored by Rhett and Link, who are amazing YouTube creators, as well as they have a TV show, but they also are just really, one of the old school YouTube people. And they have this thing where team captains will sing a note, and then they get as many people as possible to submit a video of them singing a note. And basically the total time of each team wins. And I'm really behind, guys. So if you can go to Geek and Sundry and look at that Supernote video and just do a note, even if you have a mask on or something, do a note for me, because I'm really losing. And I need to make a video actually to remind people. But yes, thank you for that. Did you do a note?
No, I'm going to.
Oh, good.
Today. So, and also, when is Dr. Horrible 2 coming out?
Good question. You slipped that one in. That's a Supernatural question. It's not my project, so I have no determinism as far as when that goes. From what I understand, talking to the people I know involved in that, they're really, really intending on getting it done next year. Really intending. It's a lot of serious talk, but I can't say anything specific. So I will just shut my mouth.
Hello.
Hi. Mine is basically more that I want to just tell you and thank you for Guild, because my husband plays World of Warcraft and I don't understand anything about it. And watching the Guild helps me say things that he will be like, how the hell did you know that? And it's because of the Guild, and it makes, you make fun of yourselves, and it's funny. And so, because I can hear him in the background cussing, whoever he's cussing, and it just makes it fun. And I also wanted to say I really enjoyed the ad you did for adoption.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And not for don't going to get your dog from a non-kill shelter, from a kill shelter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And not spending thousands and thousands of dollars on animals, because that is important to me.
Yeah.
And when people like you say those things, it helps other people realize, hey, yeah, that's a great idea.
Thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, for season 6, we actually shot across the street from the shelter that I got my dog, Cubby. And if you watch the vlog, you've seen some Cubby. Cubby actually hosts a vlog in December, guys. So we'll see how that goes. But you know, I did a little PSA just outside of the shelter, just encouraging people. You know, it's very, letting them know that yeah, nobody really wants to go to that shelter. They really don't. Like it's really depressing, and you know you're going to cry. You're going to see a lot of animals that you want to take home and you're not going to be able to. And yes, they might, you know, not make it. But you're going to go in there and you're going to save somebody, and they're going to be your best friend for a long time. So that's why I did a little video outside of Guild Season 6 just for that. And yeah, thanks for saying that about the Guild. You know, when we first started the Guild, there was nothing like it online. Like there weren't any gamer like videos and stuff. It was very early in web video. And now people are like, oh, those characters are such a cliche. And I'm like, no, they're not, because nobody had seen those characters before we started. And
We're the first.
yeah, we were kind of the first, but you know, the internet has a very short memory. So I just love making my characters do crazy things, and as long as I can keep doing that, I'm cool with it. I really, really love. There's a comic called Local by Brian Wood. It's one of my favorite comics ever. I love his DMZ as well, and he's one of my favorite authors actually, comic book authors. I just feel like his characters are great. I think Kitty Pryde in Astonishing X-Men, especially Joss Whedon's. I mean, I think that's kind of the pinnacle of superhero. Even if I didn't know the guy, I would be like, this is amazing, because it's so character-driven, and you're able to relate to the conflict in a way that is so much deeper than your average superhero. I tend to keep up with Grant Morrison and what he does. You know, there's a lot of, I love Morning Glories. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's like this kind of dark paranormal boarding school where horrible things happen, but it's very Lost-like in its construction. So you're always trying to figure out, like, you're always switching point of views to different characters, and it's really, really good. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm very, rather than character-driven, probably, because honestly, I think some female superheroes, like, they're not a ton that I'm like, oh my god, I love them. It's like Wonder Woman in a way, but like, recently, I don't know. It's just hard. Superheroes are hard for me, you know, because I like more character-based, like grounded stuff. So, yeah, I just read the author mostly.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.